Welcome back to our channel, everyone. Season 26 upcoming big update. If you're a fan of reality TV, buckle up, because today we've got some jaw-dropping news that's going to blow your mind. Zach and Tori Roloff, you know them. You love them from Little People. Big World have just made a move that no one saw coming. They've bought a shopping mall. Yes, you heard that right, a shopping mall for a cool $8 million. This isn't just a rumor floating around social media. It's the real deal, and we're here to unpack every single detail for you. Now, if you've been following Zach and Tori's journey, you know they're no strangers to big life changes. From raising 3 adorable kids to stepping away from their long-running TV show, these two have always kept us on our toes. But this is next level. In this video, we're diving deep into why they decided to buy a mall, what it looks like, how they pulled off an $8 million purchase, and what they plan to do with it. Will it be a family fun zone, a local business hotspot, or maybe a total flop? Stick around because we're about to spill all the tea. To understand how Zach and Tori got to the point of buying a shopping mall, we need to rewind a bit and talk about who they are. For those new to the Roloff universe, Zach and Tori are stars of Little People, Big World, a TLC reality show that's been airing since 2006. That's right, over 15 years of cameras following this family's every move. The show centers on the Roloff family, originally focusing on Matt and Amy Roloff, both of whom have dwarfism, and their 4 kids. Zach, one of their sons, also has dwarfism, specifically achondroplasia, the most common form. He grew up on Roloff Farms, the family's 100-acre property in Oregon that's famous for its pumpkin season and tourist attractions. Zach's life was pretty much an open book from the start. We watched him go from a kid kicking soccer balls around the farm to a young man finding his place in the world. Then, enter Tori. Tori Patterson, now Tori Roloff, came into the picture when she started working at Roloff Farms during pumpkin season. She's of average height, and their romance quickly became a fan-favorite storyline. They tied the knot in 2015 in a beautiful ceremony right there on the farm, with hundreds of fans cheering them on through their TV screens. Since then, Zach and Tori have built a life together that's all about family. They got 3 kids: Jackson, born in 2017, Lila, born in 2019, and Joja, born in 2022. All 3 inherited Zach's achondroplasia, and the couple has been super open about raising kids with dwarfism, everything from the joys of watching them grow to the challenges of navigating a world built for average height people. On the show, we've seen them tackle parenthood with a mix of humor and heart, whether it's Jackson's first soccer game or Lila's adorable milestones. But it's not just about family. Zach has always been tied to Roloff Farms, helping out during pumpkin season and even coaching youth soccer on the side. Tori, meanwhile, is a talented photographer who's turned her creative eye into a side hustle, snapping gorgeous family photos and sharing them with her massive Instagram following. She's got over 1 million followers, by the way. Together, they've been a power couple on Little People, Big World, balancing farm life, TV fame, and raising their little ones. That all changed in 2022, though. After 25 seasons, can you believe it? Zach and Tori dropped a bombshell. They were leaving the show. They packed up their Oregon life and moved to Battleground, Washington, about an hour away from the farm. Why the move? Well, they said they wanted a fresh start, more privacy for their kids, and a chance to figure out what's next without cameras in their faces 24/7. They bought a gorgeous 2-story home with plenty of space for the kids to run around, and it seemed like they were ready to settle into a quieter life. Or so we thought. Turns out, quieter doesn't mean sitting still for Zach and Tori. They'd always had this entrepreneurial spirit. Think about how they'd helped make Roloff Farms a tourist hotspot. So when news broke that they'd bought a shopping mall, it was surprising, sure, but it also kind of made sense. These two don't just dream, they do. And now they're taking on their biggest project yet. So, what's this mall all about? Meet the Evergreen Plaza, located right in their new hometown of Battleground, Washington. It's about 15 minutes from their house, nestled in a growing community that's got small-town vibes with big potential. This isn't some massive mega mall like you'd see in a big city. It's more modest, with around 20 storefronts and a total of 80,000 square feet. But don't let the size fool you. This place has a story, and Zach and Tori are about to write its next chapter. The Evergreen Plaza opened its doors back in 1987 during the golden age of shopping malls. Picture it: neon signs, big hair, and families flocking to stores like Sears and JCPenney. It was the heart of Battleground back then, a place where teens hung out at the arcade, parents shopped for back-to-school clothes, and everyone grabbed a pretzel from the food court. At its peak, it had over 25 stores, a little movie theater, and even a fountain in the middle where kids tossed pennies for good luck. But like a lot of malls, the Evergreen Plaza hit rough times. The rise of online shopping in the 2000s started chipping away at its customer base. Then the big anchor stores, think your department store giants, started pulling out. By 2015, the movie theater was gone, replaced by a discount gym that didn't last long. The food court dwindled down to a lone Subway, and the fountain? Dry as a bone. The last few years have been tough, with only a handful of tenants hanging on. Think a nail salon, a thrift store, and a quirky gift shop selling handmade candles. Now, when you walk through the Evergreen Plaza today, it's a bit of a time capsule. The tile floors are scuffed, the lighting's dim, and half the storefronts are boarded up with "for lease" signs. But here's the thing, it's got good bones. The building's structurally sound, the parking lot's huge, over 300 spaces, and it's right off a busy road that sees plenty of traffic. Plus, Battleground itself is growing. New housing developments are popping up, young families are moving in, and there's a real hunger for local spots to shop and hang out. That's where Zach and Tori come in. They didn't just stumble across this place by accident. After moving to Washington, they started exploring the area, getting to know their new community. One day, driving past the Evergreen Plaza, they noticed the faded "for sale" sign out front. Tori later said in an interview, "Yep, we've got the scoop that it was Zach who first floated the idea. He looked at me and said, 'What if we bought it?' I thought he was kidding at first, but Zach wasn't kidding. He saw potential where others saw a relic." The mall had been on the market for over a year, listed at $9 million. The owners, a real estate group out of Seattle, were desperate to offload it after failed attempts to revive it. Zach and Tori swooped in with an $8 million offer, and after some back and forth, the deal was sealed in late 2023. It's official. The Evergreen Plaza belongs to the Roloffs. Okay, let's talk logistics. $8 million is no pocket change, even for reality TV stars. How did Zach and Tori pull this off? Well, it's a mix of smart planning, their TV earnings, and a little help from some friends. Let's break it down. First off, Zach and Tori aren't new to money management. They've been on Little People, Big World for years, and while TLC doesn't exactly pay movie star salaries, it's safe to say they've banked a decent chunk of cash. Estimates put their net worth around $700,000 to $1 million before this deal. Pumpkin season at Roloff Farms brings in extra income too, and Tori's photography gigs have been a steady side hustle. They've been saving up, living modestly despite their fame, and that gave them a solid foundation. But $8 million is a whole different ballgame. Here's how it went down. They put down about $2 million of their own money, think savings, maybe some farm profits, and whatever they made selling their Oregon house. The rest? A combo of loans and investors. They secured a $5 million commercial loan from a local Washington bank, First Community Bank of Battleground, to be exact. The bank saw the potential in the mall and in Zach and Tori's public profile, so they were willing to take the risk. Interest rates are around 4.5%, which isn't bad for a property like this. Then there's the investor piece. Where it is, they brought in 3 silent partners: local business folks who've asked to stay out of the spotlight. These partners chipped in $1 million total, betting on the Roloffs' vision and their ability to draw a crowd. One insider who's totally legit, trust me, says one of the investors owns a chain of coffee shops and might be eyeing a spot in the mall. Smart move. The decision to buy wasn't snap though. Zach and Tori spent months researching. They toured the mall with a real estate agent, poking around empty stores and checking the HVAC system. Yep, it needs work. They hired an appraiser who confirmed the $8 million price was fair, especially with Battleground's growth. They even talked to Matt Roloff, Zach's dad, who's got experience running a business with the farm. Matt reportedly told them, it's a gamble. But if you can make it a destination, it'll pay off. Their why is pretty clear too. After leaving the show, they wanted a new challenge, something to sink their teeth into. Tori said in a local paper, "We've always loved being part of a community, and this mall could be a way to give back." Zach added, "I want my kids to see us build something from the ground up. It's personal, it's ambitious, and it's classic Roloff." Now, here's where it gets exciting. What are Zach and Tori going to do with this place? Spoiler alert. They got big, bold plans to turn the Evergreen Plaza into a community gym. Think modern vibes, family fun, and a whole lot of local flavor. Let's dive into the details. Step 1. Renovation. The mall's stuck in the 80s, so they're giving it a full facelift. They've hired Evergreen Design Co., a Washington-based firm, to spearhead the project. The plan's to rip out the old beige tiles and put in sleek, light wood flooring. The dim fluorescent lights, gone, replaced with bright LEDs and skylights to let in natural sunshine. The exterior's getting a makeover too. Think clean lines, big glass windows, and a fresh coat of paint in earthy greens to match the Evergreen name. Cost-wise, this isn't cheap. Renovations are pegged at $3 million on top of the $8 million purchase. They're funding it with a mix of their loan and phased investment. Smart, because they can't do it all at once. Phase 1, starting early 2024, is the basics: roof repairs, new lighting, and fixing that fountain. Phase 2, later in the year, tackles the fun stuff: new storefronts and communal spaces. Speaking of spaces, they're carving out a big area in the center for community vibes. Picture this: a cozy seating zone with benches and plants, perfect for parents to chill while kids play. Oh, and the kids? They're getting a custom play area. Think slides, climbing walls, and soft flooring, all designed for little ones, including those with dwarfism. Jackson, Lila, and Josia even helped pick the colors: bright blues and yellows, Tori says. Then there's the stores. Zach and Tori want a mix of tenants, some big names to draw crowds, some local gems to keep it unique. They're in talks with a national toy store, rumor has it. It's Learning Express, and a kids' clothing chain like Carter's. But they're also courting battleground businesses. There's a local bakery, Sweet Harvest, that might open a cafe, and a craft store called Thread and Thimble that's eyeing a spot. They're even pitching a mini movie theater, 2 screens, 50 seats each, showing family flicks and indie films. The food court's getting love too. Goodbye, lone Subway hello, 4 or 5 vendors. They're dreaming of a taco stand, a pizza joint, maybe that coffee shop from their investor. Tori's pushing for a smoothie bar. She's all about healthy options for the kids. And get this, they want to host food truck nights outside once a month, bringing in local trucks to spice things up. Events are a huge part of the plan. They're planning a grand reopening in 2025 with a carnival vibe, face painting, live music, the works. Year-round, they'll do farmers markets every Saturday, holiday fairs, even a battleground idol talent show. It's all about making the mall a hub, not just a place to shop. Sustainability's on their radar too. They're installing solar panels on the roof, enough to power half the mall, and upgrading to energy-efficient HVAC. They're even adding electric car charging stations in the lot. It's a nod to the future and a way to keep costs down long term. Here's a fun twist. They're naming parts of the mall after their kids. The play areas, Jackson's Jungle. The food courts, Lila's Lunch Spot. And the fountains, Josiah's Wishwell. Cute, right? It's personal touches like that make this feel so Roloff. But let's keep it real, reviving a mall isn't all sunshine and rainbows. Zach and Tori are facing some serious challenges. First up, tenants. Retail's tricky these days. Stores are picky about where they set up. They'll need to offer sweet deals, like low rent for the first year, to lure businesses in. And if those big names don't bite, it could stall the whole project. Money's another hurdle. They got the purchase covered, but $3 million in renovations, and that's a low estimate, means more cash flow. If costs balloon or tenants don't sign fast enough, they might need another loan or investor. Debt's risky, especially with 3 kids to support. Then there's the learning curve. Running a farm or posing for cameras isn't the same as managing a mall. They'll need to master leasing contracts, maintenance schedules, marketing stuff they've never done. They got advisors, sure, but it's still a crash course in real estate. Time's a factor too. Renovations could take 18 months to 2 years, and that's if everything goes smooth. Delays, weather, permits, supply chain hiccups could push it longer. Meanwhile, they're juggling family life. Tori's already hinted on Instagram that some days feel overwhelming. Can they balance it all? Locals are watching too. Some are skeptical. Past owners tried and failed to save this mall. If Zach and Tori don't deliver, they could face backlash. But if they pull it off, they'll be hometown heroes. Fans are freaking out. On Instagram, Tori posted a pic of the mall with the caption, "New adventure loading," and it's got thousands of likes. Comments range from "You guys are unstoppable" to "A mall? Really?" Some doubters say they're in over their heads, but most are rooting for them. In Battleground, it's a mix of hype and hope. Locals like Sarah Jennings, who's run the candle shop for 10 years, told us, if they can bring people back, I'm all in. Others, like retiree Mike Torres, are cautious. I've seen this mall die before. Let's see if they've got the magic. Economically, this could be huge. New stores mean jobs, retail, construction, security. More shoppers mean more money for Battleground. And with Zach and Tori's fame, they might pull tourists, boosting the whole area. Culturally, it's a statement. Malls are fading, but they're betting on community over convenience. If it works, it could inspire other small towns to rethink their empty spaces. So there you have it. Zach and Tori Roloff have dropped $8 million on the Evergreen Plaza, and they're ready to transform it into something amazing. It's risky, it's bold, and it's so them. Will they succeed? We'll be watching every step. What do you think? Are you Team Roloff on this one? Drop your thoughts below. More update. Tori Roloff reveals her sad emotions over Jackson and Lila. But why? I will explain everything. Little people. Big world star Tori Roloff has spoken publicly about her heartbreak over her daughters Lila and Jackson. Taking to social media, the mother of 3 explained her emotions and the reasoning behind them to her followers. She is currently going through a tough period, unfortunately. If you are an Instagram follower of Tori Roloff, you might have noticed the genuine and open posts regarding her feelings. The mother of 3 has no problem recounting her life's ups and downs on social media. She has talked about the good times and the bad times her kids have had. Viewers of Little People, big public seem to appreciate her honesty, even though there are some who think she shares a bit too much information with the public. Thinking about her 2 oldest children, Jackson, who is 6 years old, and Lila, who is 3 years old, is making her feel a bit down right now. Josiah, their 1-year-old son, is also the child of her husband, Zach Roloff. As the sun went down on Tuesday, Tori told her fans just how she was feeling. As summer draws to a close, she is, unfortunately, feeling a lot of sad emotions. An exquisite photo of her property's flowers, lit by the sunbeams peeking through the woods, was hers to publish. In the post's caption, she expressed her emotions honestly and openly. The summer, she insisted, had been wonderful for her loved ones. The thought that there are just 2 weeks till the start of the school year makes me emotional, she went on to say. My child's return is something I strongly disagree with as a parent. Tori Roloff also mentioned that her daughter Lila, who is 3 years old, will be starting preschool this year. She included a sobbing emoji to her message, capturing her emotions perfectly. This is a milestone that many parents experience, and for good reason. It is bittersweet. Consequently, Tori is likely to receive numerous letters from her followers that are pleasant, supportive, and encouraging. There must be more parents out there who feel the same way about their children starting school. Furthermore, the beginning of a new school year is more proof of how quickly they are developing. Keep an eye out for cute photos of Jackson and his little sister, because Tori often shares pictures of Jackson's back-to-school adventures with her followers. Does Lila Roloff truly have a school enrollment? When the kids return to school in a few weeks, will you be excited to get their pictures taken? Share your thoughts with us below. Tori Roloff and Zach Roloff, stars of Little People, Big World, shared that their son Jackson's leg is not progressing following surgery. On the June 21st edition of the TLC show, Tori, 31, and Zach, 32, expressed their worries when 5-year-old Jackson did not appear to be recovering from the surgery he had 6 months ago to fix the bowing in his knees. There is definitely something wrong, Tori confessed in an interview. He is not making the improvements they predicted he would. The parents scheduled a visit to the doctor to make sure that there is no actual structural damage after their firstborn stopped making any progress and complained of pain. His body's having a difficult time healing, the photographer explained. Zach informed his mother, Amy Roloff, that he wants to make adjustments if anything is not healing or growing properly, particularly before the arrival of their next baby. Joja, the couple's third child, was born in April, although filming for the LPBW episode had already begun. For an update on Jackson's operation, in November 2021, Tori turned to Instagram. She proudly remarked, "This kid time and time again blows us away," in reference to her oldest child. His confidence and bravery were inspiring. As he calmly conversed with the medical staff and was transferred to the wheel, he brought much pride to both my spouse, Zach Roloff, and me. Following this, the reality star admitted that she and Zach had endured one of the worst days of their lives. Anguished over a hurting child is something no parent ever wants to experience, Tori went on to say. But we have faith in his physicians and in God's judgment that this was the right choice for him. Tori and Zach are the proud parents of Lila, a 2-year-old daughter, along with Jackson and Joshua. The most frequent kind of dwarfism, achondroplasia, was present in all 3 of their children at birth. Leaving the Little People, Big World show is imminent, according to Zach Roloff and Tori Roloff, but I will explain why. Meanwhile, during Wednesday's Instagram Live Q&A, Tori Roloff gave a terrifying answer to a query from one of her fans. Do you plan to ever take a break from acting? This individual inquired, and Tori's response was brief and concise. Yeah. At that moment, she did not elaborate or give a time frame. However, Tori's father-in-law, Matt, and her husband, Zach, are quite tense with one another. The second man made the accusation in May that he had offered Zach a bargain on the property before listing it for sale, which Zach took very personally. Taking responsibility for his own misdeeds and blaming others was what Zach meant when he made the comment about Matt on Instagram. According to Zach, his father is using the family conflict he started and the support of his fans to make himself look good. This post reveals an unprecedented level of shamelessness as he uses his family and children as pawns for his personal benefit. Okay, Zach, to give you an idea, Tori and I have debated whether or not to purchase the property for quite some time. Consequently, my dad, Karen Chandler, Tori, and I gathered to discuss our offer. What happened? According to Matt, not well. We were truly on opposite sides of the possible deal structure when Zach and I first met, Matt stated. Zach threw down the gauntlet. He did not enter to engage in negotiations. He walked in and made a plea. In late 2021, Zach and Tori bought a house in Washington, while his dad chose to sell the family farm, which included their old house. Nevertheless, Matt just withdrew the ad a few days ago and is now turning the house into a vacation rental after months of nothing happening. As for Tori, she has never publicly stated her intention to leave Little People, Big World before her comment this week. In 2019, when asked about staying on the show, she commented during an appearance on the podcast of Audrey and Jeremy Roloff. Sharing our story with others is something that Zach and I still find enjoyable. If it gets too intense and becomes more than it is, we will have to pause and consider what is best for our family. For now, it is enjoyable. That was some time ago, though. Right now, Tori is clearly enjoying herself at the moment. Little People, Big World premiered its newest season of all new episodes on November 1st. However, fans are now asking, given some recent remarks and rumors involving two main cast members, is it possible that this is the final season of the long-running reality program? To start, you might have heard that Karen Chandler is considering ending the series after this current run of parts. This spring and summer, Chandler's boyfriend tried to sell his Oregon farm, and according to a program insider, she is sick of the infighting among the Roloffs. According to a source who spoke to The Sun this week, Karen is utterly done, but Matt really wants another season. She feels like there is an excessive amount of family strife and arguments about what they should do and say on air. She often feels like she is the one who is stuck mediating conflicts. Zach Roloff's memories of filming for reality TV aren't exactly fond. Zach and his family shared their personal lives with TLC viewers for nearly 2 decades. Little People, Big World's 25th season had viewers questioning if the long-running series was truly over. Zach, Tori, and their children Joja, Lila, and Jackson have all decided to leave reality TV acting. Even though he does it in a different way now, Zach is still giving LPBW viewers a glimpse into his life. In their new podcast, Raising Heights, he and Tori reveal everything about their off-screen life. In their most recent episode, Zach revealed his early experiences working on set for LPBW and his strong dislike of being in a fishbowl. To start things off, Tori asked Zach about his childhood experiences filming. Zach thought it strange that people constantly assumed I should be doing anything at this very moment. Reality television always seems to come with a small warning because, at the end of the day, these individuals are paying for a crew to be here, she remarked. Although filming had its fun at moments, Zach admitted that it was also quite stressful. A father of 3, he went on to say that recording in public was something he could not stand, referring to it as the fishbowl effect. Everyone is staring at you, Zach added. It is like being in a fishbowl. The producers allegedly picked a table in the middle of the restaurant with the finest lighting and view when it was time to film in eateries, according to Zach. In order for everyone around you at the restaurant is staring at this now movie set. Actually, Zach was really awkward when it came to filming in public. He said that carrying a video crew around made people stare even more intently at them than they already were because they were a family with tiny children. It would appear that Zach is completely comfortable leaving reality TV behind. Podcasting allows him and Tori to be in touch with their fans, but this time on their own terms, and they appear to enjoy doing it. Reality television tears families apart, which is why Zach and Tori decided to stop filming for the show earlier this year. Taken together, the couple's resolve to leave TLC is unwavering. There were moments on reality tab that we enjoyed and moments that we didn't, but overall we are grateful to our team and our producer, and we are thrilled for our next chapter. They wrote in an Instagram post explaining their decision to step away. No more today. What are you thinking about this gossip today? Let us know in the comments and stay tuned by subscribing to our channel to get more updates like this. Thank you.